Supervisor. I'm going to ask all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item up is our consent agenda. I'm going to turn it over to Director Free to kind of go through the items here on our consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item on the consent is Cage Place subdivision final plat. These are 3 lots on Cage's Road that are being created. I believe they're going to be for single-family homes. And they're a little bit larger lots than typically what's created within this area. It's about 65 feet by, I think, a little over 100, a little bit over 100. So these are a little bit larger lots than typically are created within this area. The next item is Durham Farm Phase 4, Section 36. This is that area of Durham Farms. There aren't any homes on it, but it's that long stretch of road that's extending all the way to Long Hollow. And I think most of the construction is complete. It's not open at this time, but probably sometime in the near future it will be open. This just kind of finishes that up. Then the next item, final item on consent, is Mansker Farms Phase 19, Section 1B, re-subdivision. This is where there was a street that was going through on an old plan, and they're removing that potential street going through and just cleaning it up with 4 lots. And those are all the items that are on the consent agenda, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you, Director Free. With that, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We're going to have a motion from Commissioner Altizer, and I believe that was a second from Commissioner Slattery down there. Caitlin, will you call the roll on that, please?
Altizer?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Hardwick?
Yes.
Hasty?
Yes.
Longmire?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Silkwood? Yes. Slattery?
Yes.
Coker?
Yes.
All
All right. Thank you very much. Next item up on the agenda is item 6. Director Free wants to speak a little bit about this resolution here.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Resolution recommending acceptance of the completed streets of Savannah Phase 6. And you can see that up there, kind of the area that's outlined in blue with the gray street area. This has already been to the Public Works Committee from BOMA. And from here, it'll move forward to the next BOMA meeting for acceptance.
All right.
Everything is in order. The Public Works staff has thoroughly reviewed it, as well as planning staff.
All right. Thank you, Director Free. With that, I will make a motion to approve the resolution. Can I get a second on that, please?
Second.
All right. I'm going to give that one to Commissioner Longmire on that. That was close on that, so I'm going to give that to Commissioner Longmire. Caitlin, can you call the roll on that, please?
Altizer?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Hardwick?
Yes.
Hasty?
Yes.
Longmire?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Silkwood? Yes. Slattery?
Yes.
Coker?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to again turn it back over to Director Free to go on and tackle items 7, 8, and 9 on the agenda. And I'm just going to make the comment that we're going to get out here in record time this evening, it looks like. I will say that Director Free has forewarned me not to expect that in October and November, so just a heads up on everything, and that this will be kind of a one-off on that. But with that, Director Free.
I'll just hit the highlights. Staff level projects that are approved. We have 3 there. One I'll just note, the UFC gym. This is where it's going to be replacing the bookstore at the streets of Indian Lake. So all of that is moving forward and received approval for their altered site plan. It's really just the change of the inside of the building and then removing the signs and having different signs on there. Looking at the staff level projects that we're still pending, that we're working on, Chick-fil-A still on there. We're working through the final issues on that. We have several other items. One that I'll note is the Tesla charging station. We've actually had a lot of calls about this over there in front of Chicken Salad Chick. which is a very nice restaurant, by the way, if you haven't been there. That is still moving forward. We went back and forth, I think maybe 3 or 4 times since we met at the Planning Commission, but I think maybe they've submitted the final version, and I think everything looks like it's going to be in order, so hopefully you'll start to see construction moving forward with that. Those are all the items with pending and approved staff level projects. I might just quickly go over just a couple of other things. One thing is there is a work session scheduled for Tuesday, September the 19th. And there's just going to be 2 items for the Planning Commission to discuss. One of those is the Stop 30 Future Land Use and Transportation Plan. Out of that work session is just looking to get the clear direction on what the final draft of that's going to be. And then also we're going to have the Westlake rezonings and several other text amendment rezonings that we'll have. That'll be pretty much, we'll have that draft in its entirety before the meeting. But we'll go through that. I will not be present at that meeting, but Timothy will lead the staff on that, and he'll also be focused on the Stop 30, working through that with the Planning Commission, and then Grant Green, our senior planner, he'll be working through those zone changes and going through that, so everybody fully understands what the proposals are for those changes. But I encourage everybody to attend that. Also, looking at next in October's meeting, more than likely I will not be in attendance for that, and Timothy will guide the staff on that. Some of those items that are going to be coming up at the October meeting, the Puckett's Restaurant has been submitted today, so that's moving forward with the site plan. That'll be coming before you. We've got an ad use submitted just up the street here at Maple Drive North to the left before you get to Indian Lake. An ad use for a daycare facility there. Also Stonecrest off of Sandersville Road, out sort of across from Millstone. That townhome development that was approved years ago. They've submitted the site plan for that, so that'll be coming before the Planning Commission as well. So and then also also got submitted the Mayfair Final Development Plan Amendment that's just right here behind us, on the how those lots lay out, and then looking at property that will be donated potentially to the city, the balance of that property as well. So those are all of those things. I will just note, if you'll notice there is a difference to the look of our agenda and some of our different documents, and I just really appreciate Caitlin Shin for doing that. So these, she's really went over all of our documents, and I think they're just so much more helpful. For me, the larger font size is very helpful, so really appreciate that. And Mr. Chairman, that's everything that I had.
Thank you, Director Freed. One thing, planning. Yeah. Commissioner Martin.
I sent this out this morning or yesterday. They love this, by the way. The only comment I got back was if we could add the addresses back to the pending projects and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll do that. And one thing we did talk about is having a better descriptive, so that when you're looking at that, we'll add the addresses, but we also talked about having the descriptive, so as you're reading it, you can see clearly where it's at.
Nice.
And we can add that address as well.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
It looks great.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Commissioner Hasty.
On the staff level projects pending, you don't have any that have any major outstanding issues?
Thank goodness, no. Everything just has its typical difficult issues, but nothing significant as some of the different things we've dealt with here recently. Thank you.
Commissioner Martin, did you have anything else?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, just the microphone was on, so I just want to make sure. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll make a motion to adjourn, and I'll take the second. All right. So, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it.
Yes. That's what.